any project or a role which I'm being offered, उसके बाद मैं judge नहीं करता कि ये खराब है, ये अच्छा है, whatever. So yeah, after a point, you can't judge anyone. So that's how I look at any role which I've been offered.
अच्छा, उमेश जी आप पे आते हैं. आपने launch पे बोला था you're a fan of Kajol, okay? Now tell me truthfully, when you are so fond of an actor, how easy or difficult does it get then to direct them?
I think it gets easier because you are coming from a space as if you know them. Because I think I would define a fan as someone who is in love with their work and who has seen most of the work. So if you're familiar with the kind of talent which Kajol has, so that only empowers you further, and you can then experiment and explore it to another level. And Kajol is very, giving, very gracious sort of an artist. So she's very open. She is a big star, but she doesn't carry the baggage with it. So perfect है, मतलब तो बहुत आसान था.
I want to know who carries the baggage.
Book that for 5 days, and I stay there, and এখনো পুজোর কাজ করি, and ভাসানে যাই, ঠাকুর আনতে যাওয়া হয় না, but ভাসানে এখনো যাই. So that Durga Puja for me is going back to my mom.
Wow.
Myra Ashibad with you.
Absolutely.
Umesh ji, I have to tell you, one of your favorite works is Paglet, which I love.
Thank you.
And I obviously haven't seen the newest season. I've just seen the first episode. But one thing that I believe when you're watching it is that a woman's emotion, her intuition, her gut feeling, which a lot of times we are shamed for कि अरे ये तो लड़कियां ज़्यादा emotional होती हैं. You've somehow always shown that to be the power of a woman, and that's what makes us who we are. I want a man's perspective. We always direct these questions to women first, but you're wearing a shade of green, so I want to know how much of a green flag you are, because from your work you definitely come across as
I'm also wearing green.
Of course, another shade, but आप तो हैं ही. अभी जिशु चुप है इस बात पे. But हम मानते हैं. Tell me कुछ चीजें इस इंडस्ट्री की इतने सालों से चेंज नहीं हो रही हैं. The stereotypes, typecasting women, I think slowly वो बदल रहे हैं. एक time था, and you'll agree, when actresses were told बस इतना shelf life इतना, and it's amazing to see actors like Kajol, Kareena, Neena Gupta. They just, the roles are being written for them. They're doing what they do best. As a man, are you conscious of the responsibility when you're on set and you're trying to tell the story that you believe in about the social impact of where you stand?
In fact, this question we have, the question itself we have raised in the trial season 2.
Yeah.
And one of the criticisms which Nayanika faces is that तुम बहुत अच्छी lawyer हो, लेकिन बहुत emotional हो. So that is to pull her down, this comment. And obviously we had to counter it somewhere. And someone who really cares for her, he comes up and says, no, it's absolutely wrong, because being emotional is your strength. Yeah. So that is where most of my stories come from. एक लाइन है पिक्चर के लिए लिखी है अभी, मतलब नेक्स्ट वाली के लिए, तो उसमें वो बोलते हैं कि जब मर्दों को जब अकल आती है तो वो औरतों की तरह सोचता है. So this is where we want to go.
Picture it.
Verdict यहाँ पे आ गया. But Kajol, tell me, how does it feel? Because I'm sure at a certain stage when you were starting off, probably this was the background noise that you would have heard too. Ki this much and no further. Can you ask if you're?
But I'm very good at living in denial. I do believe that. I am also partially blind and partially deaf at times as well.
You also said that that's what you need for a good marriage.
Yeah, I need, yes, selective amnesia and partial deafness. I agree with you on that point. But I have to say that that's one thing that I have lived with such strong women. My mom, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my aunts, my cousins, every one of them are very, very strong women. And my uncle, who lived with us and was, I think, is still today one of the strongest men that I know, in the nicest fashion. That is the environment that I have always lived with. So when you talk about all this really is background noise. I never heard it. I worked because I wanted to work. I chose films and I chose roles to do that I wanted to do. I never chose them because I thought and I had a plan in mind कि ये मेरा feminist caption होगा. I didn't work for a few years after I got married, or a year or two after I got married, because I wanted to take that time. I'm called the queen of comebacks. So all my decisions in life have not been because of this peer pressure supposedly.
Wanting to prove to someone.
Not
that,
at all, not at all. Because I think I have such wonderful examples in front of me that I still look at my mother today. My mother today is going to be working with me, hopefully. I hope to. We're in talks right now, but hopefully when she does work with me, she will have been working from the time that I think she did her first film when she was 5. She's going to be 83, 82 this year.
Yeah. And
so
graceful
that is
every time we see her.
a long time. So yeah, I can't not live up to at least part of that legacy.
Now tell me, when a season 2 of a very popular show comes to you, वो pressure होता है, वो उसमें you are waiting to dive back in. What's it like? Because already you've set a benchmark, and then, as they say, to get that rhythm and beat again. What's the secret sauce?
The secret sauce, there is no secret sauce. I think we have had such a blast on season 1. All of us together. We had a great time, and Umesh ji was absolutely amazing, because I think he came in not wanting to be anybody else but himself, and not wanting to take anybody's place but make his own, which he has done in the best way possible. And as for us, cast and crew, we have had a great time, and we were like dying to start work on season 2.